Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are going to be talking about one of the best side hustles in the game at the moment, and in my opinion one of the easiest side hustles to get into. So what if I told you right now, with little to no money, you can make a guaranteed double on your investment, right? Sounds a bit crazy, but the reality is it's not all that crazy at all. It's not even new of a thing to do, and it's not going away either. The side hustle that I'm talking about is the buying and selling side hustle, also known as the reselling side hustle. And some of you right now might be thinking, I've heard of that, or I know someone that does that, or by all means you might be doing it yourself. For me today, I'm doing this video with the knowledge that some of you might already be doing this, or some of you might know what it is, but I'm trying to do this video with the intention to help the people that aren't, and by all means maybe educate some of you that already are doing it on some things you might have missed out on. So the buying and selling side hustle is generally based on buying stuff low and selling it high. That's all it is. Buying something, for example, maybe a t-shirt for $4 and selling it for $20 and making your profit in between that. It can be very simple like that. That's why I think it's so easy to get into, and you know, you have such opportunity with buying and selling so many different things. So like I just said before, I believe that there's not too many people that are actually actively, utilizing their time to better themselves with an active side hustle. There's too many people that don't have a side hustle, and in my experience with friends and family, where either too busy enjoying ourselves with things that, enjoying ourselves a little too much, maybe we're finding it too hard to get into these things and just need a little bit of a push or a little bit of advice, or we're just a bit lazy and we just need that little bit of guidance. I'm just going to list off a few benefits of buying and selling and the hustle itself, and just give you a little bit of an idea of how you can actually benefit from this side hustle and what kind of things you can expect. The first one, which is definitely a big one, is that there is low investment costs. You can invest little to no money right now and be guaranteed to make double on your investment. And what I mean by that low investment, it all depends on what you're buying and selling. So you could go to a thrift store, an op shop, and buy clothes for $4 and sell them for $20, right? So you've got the opportunity. $4 is very low. It's probably the lowest investment cost of any hustle. So you've got that opportunity there. So you can also get into buying and selling whatever you want. So the investment cost is up to you. You can buy and sell cars, furniture, and you scale up in the investment cost when it comes to those certain things that you do sell. Benefit number 2 comes under low financial risk. So this is very similar to, or actually goes together with the low investment cost. So low investment cost also equals minimal financial risk, because if you're buying, let's say, clothes for $4, you're not going to be able to lose much in stock if someone does maybe steal stock off you, or you do have some crazy thing happen and you do somehow lose stock, and you're also working from home. So that's the fun about this, and also improves the financial risk. You're not going to have people coming into your store stealing stuff, because it's very rare that people come into your home and take stuff. So not only that, but if you do for some reason need to get out of this business and this side hustle that you're getting into, then you can just sell the stuff off very cheap, and by all means $4 is already cheap, so you can just sell it off for what you paid for it and you don't lose any money. The next point is that there's very high profit potential. So if you're buying clothes for $4 and you're selling them for $10, you're making $6 in between, minus running around, fuel, all that stuff. there is very high potential for, for buying stuff cheap. If you buy stuff at the right price, you can make a lot of money. That's the potential. You buy the right seller selling something at the right price, and you find the right buyer at the right time buying off you for a good profit potential. I have purchased items from thrift stores for $7, and I found out that that item is retailing for $200, and it was in used condition, so I sold it for $100. That is almost 10 times my money, more than 10 times my money. So that opportunity is there. It's all up to your knowledge on items, and that's the fun about this. You get to go shopping to make money. That's the thing. That's why I like this one. I already did mention this one, but this fourth point is you get to work from home. Imagine sitting in your bed, eating snacks, watching Netflix, and having people message you about the items you're selling. That's what makes this so cool, is you can actually work full-time, 5 days, 6 days a week, and still have this running in the background. That's what makes this so good. And moving on to the last, to the fifth and final point, is that you actually don't need any skill whatsoever. I find that the most skill you need is being able to tell a fake item from a real item. That's the biggest thing I've had trouble with at the moment, is getting into stuff that's fake and real, and some of that stuff is very noticeable. Not only that, but is your knowledge on items. It all depends. You can get into selling furniture, and if you're a carpenter, then by all means you can buy stuff cheap, do it up yourself, sell it high. That's what you can do. If you're into clothes, you're very into women's fashion, then by all means there is a very big women's market out there for clothing, and you can buy that stuff cheap and sell it high. It's all dependent on what you know, and it helps to get into the market that you know so well. Okay, so I just want to get into and go into a little bit of my experience with this side hustle, and hopefully give you guys a little bit of maybe tips and pointers onto some things that I've found, and just give you a little bit of an idea of how I've tackled it and what my experiences have been. So this is my hustle of choice. I find that it's very easy to actually, for one, get into. In your spare time, you can go shopping, blah, 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 buy stuff to sell. So it's been great, it's been easy. What I did personally was I have always been very much into sneakers, shoes, clothing, fashion, etc. So I have dived into the buying and selling market for clothing. In my own time, around my 9-to-5 job that I worked 5 days a week, I would go to op shops, thrift stores whenever I could. The more, the better. And but I would buy stuff. I'd buy clothes, jackets, t-shirts, pants, shoes, whenever I saw the potential. And I'd buy stuff, and I would make sure I'm buying it for the right price. Sometimes items in there get a little close to cutting off some profit or making it very minimum. So I always aimed to actually buy items I knew I could make a bit of money out of. I'd buy t-shirts for $6 that I know I could make 20 off. I'm not going in there to make $5. I'm going in there to at least make double, triple, 4 times my money. Otherwise it's not worth it to me. And so that's why I brought and sold clothing, is because I knew that market. I knew what I like to wear. I know the stuff that my friends wear. I know all the stuff I see people wearing. I know that there's a market for everything out there, but I know the stuff that sells a bit better than the average item. Like I said previously, if you know the market that you're getting into, I knew men's clothing, I knew the stuff that people streetwear, all that stuff. If I find stuff like that for the right price, it's gonna go, it's gonna sell, I'm gonna make money. So it's always good to know the market you're getting into. So that's why I sold what I sold. And now moving on to kind of a bit of the outcome and the profit. I have, I worked around my full-time job, like I said, and without having calculated, I did start calculating and writing down all the items that I brought and sold and how much profit I was making. I was using platforms like Facebook Marketplace, Depop. I haven't dived into eBay, but I am about to get into that myself for just to kind of spread some more stuff and sell different things. I'm moving out of clothing and trying to get into a little bit of everything myself, but I did not calculate everything, but off the top of my head, I've made, in the past, I've been doing this for 8 months, I've made over $3,000 easy. And that's off maybe 50 items, I'd say. And off every item, I've made at least 4 times my money. Guaranteed, 4 times my money. I've made sure the stuff that I was selling and brought was at the right price, and some things I knew I could make money, but they would be selling them for $20 and I could only make 10. I wasn't interested in making 10 because if I put it up there for 40 and someone hits me down for 30, then I'm not, everyone's always going to negotiate. They're going to try to make it a bit harder for you to make money, and that's why you got to find the right things. But I definitely 100% made 4 times my money on every item I sold. And just a few things before I end the video, I want to go over a few tips and tricks with this side hustle that can help you on your adventure with this yourself. So a few things that I've found that were very beneficial, starting with number 1, is that don't get caught with trying to make money fast. I find that this side hustle actually works if it's a side hustle, personally, until you get into the bigger stages with owning maybe a store and you're buying and selling stuff, or an online website and you're doing all that yourself. Don't get too caught with trying to make money fast. I find if you're buying bulk items, then you want to sell them fast, because otherwise you're going to be sitting with this expensive inventory and you aren't able to move it. That's when you want to sell stuff fast, because you're still making money, you're getting stuff in and out. But I find that if you're using this as your main source of income, you're going to tend to not make as much money, because you're wanting to get rid of stuff for less than what it's worth, or less than what you can get for it, just to get rid of it. For me, I find that you buy the right things, you know how much you can get for it, and therefore you just wait. You work your job, you earn your main income, and you use this as a side income, and you don't worry about the people that are offering you less than what you want. Sometimes you do have to budge a little bit, but even when I budged on my prices, I was still making 4 times my money, maybe 3 times my money at the least. But I never brought an item that I knew I couldn't sell for 4 times my money. Another thing that definitely is to do when actually getting into this side hustle is to be organized. Buying and selling clothes, I've got stuff everywhere, I'm losing track of items. Definitely be organized and do what I started to do but then fell out of, is calculating how much money you were making, what items you were selling, all that stuff, and keeping a little bit of a logbook, which is what I'm getting back into now. So you can see what items are actually selling. Keep in your mind, I know certain items that I buy every time. It's just a different colored t-shirt, but it's the same brand, same etc. Same type of shirt, different color, but I make 4 times my money on that every single time. So the items, be organized, keep track of certain things that move fast without having to lose profit potential. Okay guys, so that's it for the video. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions, by all means, about anything, topics in the video, anything general, by all means let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.